Hello, YouTube.
Hey.
This is Piss and Moan, and today we're reviewing another Stephen King. Have we reviewed any? We have reviewed one other Stephen King movie.
I mean, we've reviewed both It's
Oh, It and It's.
and Dark Tower.
Dark Tower.
Dark Tower was bad.
Yeah,
It Chapter 1 was good. It Chapter 2 was less good.
That's good. But Dr. Sleep was great. It was really great.
I'm sorry, we're not allowed to do that anymore.
Nationalist. It's so good. I literally bought the book. I had to
did?
check it out.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm
Cool.
gonna go to the waste.
I should. I need to rent it on the audiobook app. Doctor Sleep was good. I
really
like
good.
The Shining book. I dislike The Shining movie. I really liked Doctor Sleep movie. It was two movies in a row. We got good movies, which is unprecedented in this day and age. It's just
it really is
mind blowing how that possibly happens.
I would put it so Dr. Sleep is by far and away the best of the three in my opinion. I really am not a huge fan of the Stanley Kubrick movie.
I'm not either.
Its pacing was way all over the place. Pacing in Dr. Sleep, whew.
Stanley Kubrick's The Shining might have been amazing when it was made, but it does not hold up. It
may have been amazing at the time. I don't know.
The acting is fine. The acting is great. They call it the master class in building suspension. Or suspension. We're gonna build suspension bridges. What?
I need a bat so I can hold it by the middle because I don't know how to wield things.
I'll hold it by the ball. Just
God. I think that was one of my favorite parts of the Dr. Sleep, though, but we'll get there. But
good movie.
A fantastic movie. If you liked The Shining, the book, the movie, the Simpsons special, you will love this movie. Like, honestly, it is fantastic.
All work and no play make Homer something.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do. I had not seen that before tonight, just before we reviewed, so it's fun.
It's literally the only one of the series that I had seen. Like, I hadn't seen The Shining, I hadn't read the book, but I'd seen the Treehouse of Horrors special.
What you need to edit into the beginning of this video is just Friday.
Yes. Friday.
We're recording this on a Friday, just in case you didn't get the joke.
If we run for the next hour and 15 minutes, we can end with Saturday.
We could. We can make this. I don't think we can make this work. I mean, we did drag out Maleficent pretty good, though.
We only hit like 45 minutes, though.
That's pretty good for us, man.
It's not Beauty and the Beast, but it's getting... Beauty and the Beast was like 2 hours.
Well, it's because we had notes, and we were technically reviewing two movies at the same time.
Yeah.
We were going beat by beat.
But that's what we're doing. We literally just watched both of these movies and are now going to review both of them.
But it's not a comparison. It's two stories.
I read the book. We're doing 3.
Okay. We don't have notes.
My brain is an impregnable cheese grater.
You forgot the name of your godchild this evening.
I forget my kids' names. I'd forget my name if I ever had to use it. It was embarrassing how long it took me to figure out how to spell my full name. Nicholas, real hard.
NICHKFNL
IS 7 Loss Nicholas
0
Nichlas
Gamma
Niklaus Niklaus. Is there a G at the start?
No.
Well played, sir. Well played. Meanwhile, back at the plot.
This movie has twins. I can't wait to talk about those.
No, you're forbidden. It's still debating if I'm going to edit that part out. It's like trying to review a movie with Ryan where a certain friend comes up.
Fun stuff. Doctor Sleep, good. Shining, Kubrick, not as good as it may have been at the time.
I will say the one thing that this does not have the same level of atmospheric horror or suspense that the Shining did. It's a very different type of movie.
Okay.
It's almost more of an action movie.
I mean, yeah. It's
not like The Shining where it's like this nebulous bad. It's very much, here's the bad guys, here's the good guys.
Honestly, it almost works as a standalone film. Like it's what I really like, because it's mostly about the little girl, and Danny's backstory only sort of plays into it.
So reading the book, like they hit on the backstory so much more. I just encountered the girl, and it's like,
well, it does take a while in the movie for them to get. Well, she shows up, but it takes a while for her to become the main focus, because there's a lot of time that goes past in the movie.
So I'm 3 hours into an 18-hour movie, and the child was born.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I imagine it's covering a lot of the aftermath of the original.
His progression from The Shining to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It touches more on his...
Is Halloran alive?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, he is.
Oh, spoilers.
It's not spoilers. That was a twist I thought they were going to pull on us.
Yeah, okay. So the
spoilers.
Reading through some of the information behind this movie is Stephen King wanted them to completely ignore the original movie because he absolutely hates the original.
The first movie does not stay faithful to the book.
No,
it doesn't even really capture the same.
So here's how I describe it to a friend at work. I tell him the Shining movie is about a man who goes slowly insane from cabin fever. The Shining book is about a man who gets possessed by an evil hotel. Or, as I referred to it the first time I read it, evil scrapbook. Ah! But yes, it's very different in how it feels. And this one definitely leans towards the book's portrayal, but it borrows enough imagery and sort of feeling from the movie.
It homages to
that enough people will be able to follow and keep track no matter which one you've
And it's a
preferred.
direct sequel. It's not ignoring... It fully acknowledges that the first movie happened as it happened.
Yeah, true, because of some of the stuff that happens at the end. And the fact that Halloran is dead.
I still need to see how the book ends because of...
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't have time to do audiobooks as much anymore. It's kind of sad.
You saw my... Did I send you my picture of audiobook reading? I have a second full-time chart.
Yes. I remember the chart.
I average about 40 hours a week of
honestly,
audiobooks, apparently.
With how much YouTube podcasting I've been binging, I could probably pull it off.
That's not including my podcasting. I do a minimum of 5 hours a week of podcast.
Oh, I do way more than that.
That's the minimum.
I do probably 2 or 3 hours of YouTube a day.
Same. I didn't this month, though, because... especially near the end, just like the week before The Shining, I binged The Shining in about half a week.
Is this the first review we've been doing since I got my new job? Because I have a new job. I'm doing things now. I'm being productive.
Making monies.
I'm
meeting friends.
More
working for a job.
Mentally sound.
Happier. So, I'm going to the gym again. I started today. I haven't gone, but I got a membership.
Jim?
Father? We're just going to leave it at that.
We're freaking
just leave
weird.
Leave it at that.
We are so damn weird. So, the goddamn twins in this movie. Oh my god. There are twins.
There are twins. Oh, I can't wait to get into the spoiler section.
Well, let's see. What else can we cover? So, it's a sequel. It covers a lot from the book, but it could almost be on its own. The acting is great.
Acting's phenomenal. All the acting, child acting in this is really good. Yep. That's one thing I'd give the original a little bit of crap for. Child acting, not great. Good voice, not great acting. I really don't like the Kubrick movie that much. We mostly had a laugh at it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, film people who think, it's the best thing ever. It might have been at the time. It isn't anymore.
So far, I'm sorry, Kubrick, but having seen the Marvel movies and The Shining, you're not winning right now. And that includes Captain Marvel.
Kubrick is not the one who's been insulting.
Oh, is it not? I thought
Kubrick is dead. He's been dead for decades.
Oh, sorry, Kubrick.
It's
if you ever hear this.
Martin Scorsese.
Oh, Scorsese. Screw you for making me confuse you
Francis Ford Coppola.
I'm mad at you, Scorsese. Wait, which one?
Scorsese.
Scorsese for confusing me with Kubrick. You confused me. Stop that. It's your fault.
We try to remain topical, but we make sure we don't have all the facts, so we can't really be blamed for having opinions. Or something like that. Acting's... so, covered acting. The structure of the story is really good. I love Ewan McGregor. I've always loved Ewan McGregor.
Me too. I'm really happy to see him in another great movie.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there. I'd have been great if there was a hello there.
I was waiting for one there. So,
I wonder if he's familiar with his internet fame.
I have no doubt. We've gotten videos of Orlando Bloom singing "They're Taking the Hobbits to Isengard." I'm sure the celebrities know.
So
and he seems to be just excited for the new Obi-Wan stuff as anyone else, which is always
he
nice.
just seems very excited about life, which is great to see. I wanted to jump in a little bit of a trigger warning. It's something that I think my wife would really like, except I don't think she could get past the victimization of children in this movie.
Yes.
The primary people who are victimized by the bad guys are small children, and that's can be a little rough. It was very rough for me. I didn't think I was going to like the film until it really kind of get past that. So, as a warning, if you can't handle like children pain or death, like this is much worse on that than The Shining was. But it's a lot less horror-y.
Yes. Yep. It's almost action film-esque.
Yeah. It's a thriller. It's not a horror movie. Yeah. I really would say that. It's got some of those horror tropes. It does some jump scares and some spooky stuff. And
it all really comes together at the end. I really like the end. I don't know.
It's a great ending. That's why I've got to see the book, because Stephen King is known for his piss poor endings.
Yeah, this was really good.
This was a really good ending. Honestly, Shining has a really good ending. The book does.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Yeah. After watching the movie, I liked the book better.
They do a lot. They do a lot of advancing of even the Shining stuff in this, which is nice.
Steam. It's where we play our games.
Now with EA. No.
Oh no.
Wait, I did that wrong. No.
There you go.
Trying to come up with something else to talk about before we get into spoilers.
I'm trying to think.
We watched this 2 days ago. It shouldn't be that hard. We had a lot to say.
I think it maybe played. I'm struggling. I feel like it may have paid too much homage to the original movie. The problem is we literally watched it like 2 days, a day. I think a day before watching this. So, like, every homage to The Shining immediately caught. Like, it was very topical for us, and I'm worried that may have.
I don't know. It was.
Well, imagine if you hadn't seen The Shining in 20 years. It's a really old movie. It's a really long time to do a direct sequel. And I'm not sure if that was a problem or not.
I don't know. They do.
The character development was so great. I really liked all of the characters. Oh, cheap deaths. That's a complaint. Okay. They didn't handle death very well in this.
Okay. Okay. So yeah.
Which admittedly they did even worse in The Shining. So you're still improving.
I'll save you, laddie.
Not very good at this. Poor Willie dies twice in one episode.
I don't think that's one episode. I think that's
it was. Trios Terror does multiple little shorts.
Okay.
Simpsons is an hour-long show.
Yeah, but I thought they might have separated that out by a year. I don't know. I don't watch Simpsons.
Disappointed.
Why? Honestly, like...
Subverted your expectations.
I have very low expectations. When
Easily
it comes to
subverted.
Yes, I will
I just
give you
do a
that.
thing.
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know what else we can get into without going into spoilers.
I don't. The bad guys were creepy and like evil in a way that. Oh, some of the I take it back. One of the characters wasn't really developed. I felt like their early addition.
Oh, the girl.
Way better in the book.
Oh, okay, fun.
That's the only thing I've seen so far that I like better than the book. That whole intro scene where he first transitions, it's so much rougher in the book. So much rougher. You got some hair mess going on.
Think it was changed to keep a PG-13 rating?
No, because so one of the big things, she's much older in the book than she is in the...
Oh.
Which makes more sense because they prey on children.
So how old is she in the book versus
Like
the movie?
30.
Okay.
Like 32? 32, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Much older, like I said.
This is all in like the first 10 minutes, so
yes,
it's
we're not
not
really
really
spoiling anything.
yeah.
This is straight up intro stuff.
Villains are nice and creepy, and
They don't. I also don't think they touch enough on the. Like they kind of touch on like, oh, they're powerful. We can't really go to the cops, and it's like they don't really. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixed on it because it's how much world building do you have to do, and how much can you leave kind of to the obvious.
the obvious. You mean the audience?
Obvious. No,
Okay.
like it's
Okay.
obvious. So yeah, they've been around forever. So of course they're powerful and they've got connections and lots of money and. But it's not clearly established.
Actually, I had a funny thought during the movie. I'm thinking, police procedures really don't have any leeway for supernatural investigations. So, because they need to disturb a crime
I'd love
scene.
to see that.
Yeah, I'd love to see a TV show that's all about organizing the supernatural with the
Like the first encounter of the police, and they're trying to like rework their procedures. Like, how do we? Crime scene is changing.
All right. We've got a psychic vision call in from Fred Psychic, and this is a category 2. He had a vision of a dead body over in Iowa. We're not sure what level to put this at. It could be decades old for all we know, but
50 years in the future.
yeah, we're a little hazy on the timeline. But someone in Iowa is going to die, so priority levels.
A person in Iowa is gonna die at some point in history.
They might have been a kid at some point. We're not really sure. I'd love to see a show with that kind of concept.
May or may not have been in self-defense, which I don't think makes much sense, but that's what we got here.
Or that he might have gotten away with it completely, so we don't. It's fine.
I'm also not sure how I felt about kind of the I don't know. I don't know if I want to say Native American imagery, but like the way that they cast the bad guys, it almost felt like it might have been racist.
I thought it was
I'm not
hippie.
Sure.
I thought it was supposed to be hippie, druggy gangster.
It was weird. I'm not sure what they were going for, and it just kind of
tribalistic is something I would go. I wouldn't assign that immediately.
That's why I said I don't want to say Native American, but that was kind of like the first thing that pops into my head. Like, kind of like I don't want to say culty. I don't know the correct term to use.
Yeah, I'd say culty.
Culty,
tribalistic.
Hippie, tribalistic.
Yeah.
It was a weird way to portray it, but they
and since we're talking about them, Rosie the Hat's good. I love that actress too. She
was there any of them bad?
No.
Like there were
CGI recreations of Danny. The kid. Looking up at basically he was bad in The Shining, so
he's bad in this too.
So, yeah, because Rosie was in.
There was one bad acting, I think, and it was at the very end. It was an homage to the original.
You'll have to remind me in spoilers when we get there.
I appreciate that they tried, but apparently you just can't capture that.
You might have. There might be rights issues involved with that.
No, I just think they couldn't pull it off.
Okay.
That's my personal, because they clearly went for it. Like there was no.
I don't know. We'll get into it.
Let's talk about
Rebecca Ferguson was good. She was the one from Mission Impossible 6. She's really kicking ass lately.
So another difference. Well, we'll get into it. But I liked the supporting cast for him as well. Like his mentor.
Dick Hallorann?
No, not. But Dick Hallorann was good too. The mother.
You mean the
his AA friends? Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy who's the leader, the doctor, he's famous for playing presidents in the movie. So in different movies. So I'm like, hey, it's the president. So he was the president in
Which one
Kingsman, the head of the.
Yeah.
He was the president in Kingsman. He was the president in.
Now he's the president of
in National Treasure, he was the president. He's been the president in a lot of movies, and he's fun. And
the actress they got for the mom. Wow, they really nailed that.
Danny! She wasn't as
bucktooth.
Toothy. I'm trying to be nice.
Her chin was stronger.
She wasn't as long in the face.
But her voice, man.
The voice was good. And she got the run good, too. When she came out the street,
Annie!
Was good.
Annie, what are you doing?
And kind of mixed on that because
lost it there at the start. She was so good.
I kind of mixed on that though because I really liked her. I like her in the book better. As the excuse me. Shut up. Squeak nose. We're having fun.
I thought she was pretty true to the book, honestly.
Well, because the way, again, reading up on it, Stephen King wanted to be like, so this lady is supposed to be someone who's never faced a real problem in her life before, and the character in the movie feels like she's been absolutely nothing but had problems piled on her all her life.
Oh, because that's not true to the book at all.
I think well, I think the one, because it's supposed to be the ex-cheerleader kind of mom, where she just kind of floats through life. She's
okay. I'll wait till spoilers, but I'll definitely refute that.
Okay.
I can very specifically give some explanations
from the book.
Yes,
okay.
From the book directly.
We got anything else before we get into spoilers?
This is a solid.
You want to cover those?
Yeah. So I think Rotten Tomatoes, the audience nailed this one. I don't think the critics gave it a good enough score. They gave it a 77, which I find hard to believe.
And technically, again, it's also still not out yet.
True. So that's only 65. Yeah, that's really small.
Yeah, we're ahead of the curve here.
Woo, for once. I'm gonna see if I can upload this tomorrow.
That'll be nice.
Let me get some views.
Actual traffic.
But honestly, this movie was really good.
Yes. Put together.
Okay, so if I'm a horror movie kind of buff, that I go to see Dr. Sleep early, and I go to see this as a follow-on to The Shining, one of the most renowned horror movies ever. This is not a horror movie. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a successor to The Shining. It's a separate movie with a separate kind of feel and themes, and it's amazing. But if it might not be what you're expecting.
Because I think it's truer to the book. I think it really
agreed,
is.
But it's not true to the movie.
Yeah,
it is not like if you're a Kubrick fan, you saw The Shining, and that's what you're looking for, a direct sequel to that. This is going to give you a different experience. It's not what you're probably what you're looking for. Maybe right up what your alley is, but it may not be what you were looking for. I like this way better. Way better.
I think for score, I'll give this an 8. I think I'll give it a little less than Maleficent.
I'm giving it another solid 9. I really loved this movie.
Again, I hate giving scores.
That's why I did it.
I hate you so
I'm a
much.
jerk. I
If
give
I
this
had
an
to rate
arbitrary number out of 10.
If I had to rate my hate for you, it would be a 4, as in fork you.
No.
It's my...
I'm sticking to it. 9 out of 10. This was a great movie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
This is absolutely in contention for best movie of the year for me.
Nice.
It's right up there with Maleficent and Joker
And Anna.
And Anna.
We'll have to watch that again.
I think Anna's not going to hold up. It was the best movie at the
Probably not.
time. I think it's like an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Oh,
This
no,
is a solid 9.
I still had fun with it because my favorite scene in Anna was the one I created in my head where she's got the two, the CIA and the FBI, or in the SAS and the CIA, and she's pulling them. And I'm like, okay, now she's gonna set them down and have, this is an intervention. You guys need to stop stealing each other's secrets.
Okay, so apparently we haven't reviewed that, so that's what we have to do tonight. We have to finish that.
Oh my god,
It was been way too long since we've seen... and we can't watch it tonight. On our to-do list, watch Anna. I have to get it. Continue.
So, arbitrary score out of 10.
Let's give it a 9.
We'll move... It's fine. I hate you. We'll move into spoilers. This is me, Choppy.
I got confused when I saw Anna costumes was the top thing. And I was like, oh yeah, Elsa and Anna. I got excited for a second.
It's pronounced Anna. Didn't we just discuss this in Maleficent?
Anna and the Apocalypse?
Sounds fun. I like apocalypses. Well, not to jinx it or anything.
Is this the right one? Rated R?
Yeah,
It looks right.
looks like it.
Probably gonna buy that right now.
Getting Blu-ray. Weirdo.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's one worth getting on Blu-ray. 4K!
Is anything worth getting in 4K?
No. Okay, done. Thank you. So, B. Yeah, I'm sticking with 9 out of 10. We forgot to do that. I forgot to give my rating of, like, if you're gonna see one movie out of the year, I would recommend Maleficent over this one if you're seeing one movie this year.
Yeah.
If you're seeing more than one, this is definitely in there, as long as it's up your alley. Once again, this is a rated R movie, and it's a solid R. It's a little graphic, it's gruesome, it's brutal, and it's not for everyone.
Is it rated R? I thought it was PG-13.
No way. This is rated.
A lot of it is off-screen, dude.
They butcher a little boy.
Off-screen.
No.
No, they show his face and they make noises. Scroll down. W. Take that.
That's the street
I
for
win.
the movie near us. Rated R. Disturbing and violent content, some bloody
nudity.
images.
Duh, I forgot the damn...
Yeah, there's some freaking full frontal. I forgot about that. How did I forget about the...
It's a classic Stephen King nudity.
Man, that...
The fact that I can say that.
No. It is tame Stephen King nudity.
Oh, okay. It's
Compare it to Kubrick's.
It's classic movie Stephen King.
No, it's still not. It is still tame Stephen King.
It is the same.
No, it is less. The Shining was so... It spent like...
Okay, yeah.
30, 40 seconds, a full minute, maybe 2.
Okay, that's fair.
As she slowly gets out of the tub.
I blame
presents
that
herself completely.
I blame that movie's structure for...
saunters up to Mr. Nicholson.
I blame that movie's structure.
And then they get intimate.
Stop!
And then corpse fingers. No.
I blame the structure of that movie. Everything taking forever. It's like The Good, the Bad, and the...
Fair enough.
It's like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but without a very interesting set of stories going on.
That's a movie I need to rewatch.
It's a long one. It's good, but it's long.
It's a great one. Oh, that's such a great movie. I definitely need to rewatch it. Me and my dad were on a real Clint Eastwood's kick for a while. I screwed up his name and called him Flint Westwood. So close and so wrong that it was just great. My dad about lost it because I was serious. I literally got his name wrong. I have been name cycling since childhood.
I think. Have you seen Hang 'em High? That's another one of my favorites of his. Yep. That one did not go anywhere near close to what I was expecting it to. That was fun.
I think I may have added too many to my cart. Yes, I don't need 2 Anna Blu-rays.
Could be fun.
Shut up, Mister. Your
Get
name.
one for me. Shut up.
Yeah, you're so bad about it that my wife called you out on it. She cracked
I
a
only
joke.
have 2 copies. The problem is they're both over $100 copies.
I rest
I
my
still think that my Berseria Collector's Edition is probably more expensive than those 2 combined.
That doesn't help your case.
No. But your face.
Well, loof my hair quick.
Hey, but since we brought up Hang 'em High, I just want to say I really liked how that shows a story of revenge and how revenge can damage you. Like, how things can go so wrong that revenge isn't even worth pursuing anymore. That was a really interesting way to tell a story for me.
Clint Eastwood's actually a really good director. He's done... I don't know if he directed that, but he's done some great movies.
Gran Torino,
Yeah.
$1 Million Baby.
Okay, Gran Torino. I don't think I've watched $1 Million Baby. Gran Torino's fantastic.
Set in Minnesota. That's where we are.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
True story, set in Minnesota. Filmed in Canada.
It's cold and
'Cause
sucky.
everything's filmed in Canada. Yeah, so we're technically in spoilers territory now.
Not yet.
Fine.
So, on to The Shining. This is a dual review.
We have basically covered it.
What do we give it?
No, I'm going to my old go-to. It's a 5 out of 10. Not for me. 5 out of 10, not for me.
I really don't know how to rate it. So it's a classic piece of literature with so much goddamn attack violence.
Wait. Are we talking book or movie? Okay, movie. No, I really don't like the movie.
I don't know if I can give it a 5 out of 10. It's a classic. It's worth seeing. It's something you should see. Don't expect it to live up to the hype. It is not something that's aged well.
Unless you like shots of people going...
And just kind of meandering.
Yep,
Lots of meandering.
Forget pedaling around the halls. Oh, man.
Like, they did not need 5 minutes before they got to something actually happening.
They call it suspense building, but...
It's not.
No.
I don't...
Suspense building works in a limited capacity. Like
90% of the suspense building in that stupid freaking movie is beep, beep, beep,
yeah, the violins are gonna get you. The violins are gonna get you. The violins are coming, and
there is zero subtlety with the music in that movie, and it's where 90% of their suspense comes from. It's like,
I'll give it a 0 out of 10 for 0 closed doors at any point in that entire movie.
They cannot close doors.
They did
I
not
love
close
that The Simpsons paid homage to that by really coming in and just leaving the door open. Thank you.
Yeah, 0 out of 10. 0 doors closed. Period. That's there. There's my number for you. Go to hell.
I'm going to give it 0 for 0 of the violins that actually got some screen time.
That's fair. The violins are the true unsung villains of the movie.
They really are, honestly. I think it's a perfect example of how to not use your orchestral music appropriately. There's 0 subtlety. You can't... If your movie is not functional without the soundtrack, you have a bad movie. That is my opinion. Like, if your soundtrack is so crucial that is literally what makes the scene, it's probably a bad scene. You can't just rely 100% on the soundtrack.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's where the suspense came from. They didn't actually have suspenseful scenes. They just made music to make it seem suspenseful.
Yeah, screechy music to build suspense is just as bad as jump scares to create horror.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. That's a great analogy. Much better than mine, which was way over the top.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, Baby Driver is all about the music.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not a...
Well, yeah, and that's why the metaphor didn't work. That's why I was questioning it. But...
I went to the same place. I was like, Baby Driver still works without the music, right? Yeah, it's a functional movie. It's not like it's based on the music, but it's not like it doesn't work without the music. Could you imagine that stupid riding around the house with like 0 music? I think it might have had no music, which was part of the... like, so many of the scenes would have just been... hey, what's going on here? Why are we just following this person around the house? But we're
gonna get copies where it's struck. Stop.
I want to see Jaws and see if it's as bad, because I don't think it is.
Oh, it's not. I saw that for the first time this year, and that holds up. And I've seen a couple movies for the first time.
Jurassic
Aliens.
Park.
No, Jurassic Park was last year, but holy crap, Aliens is still one of the best action movies ever. I was tensed on the edge of my seat.
Have you ever played Dead Space?
No.
Dead Space was like that. Dead Space is one of the best pieces of video game horror and action ever. I really hold to it.
Okay.
That was an incredibly, like, gripping, scary, and action-packed, tense. It is. I bought it because I liked it so much in college.
So just
Rebought it because I lost it.
Just to kind of give you an idea where we're at. We're at 35 minutes and we haven't gotten into spoilers yet.
We haven't even
made how meandering this
review. We haven't even made it to the third thing that we're reviewing this video yet.
Oh man!
Because now that we've given this a 0 out of 10 for both of us,
arbitrary numbers out of 10. Yes,
I'm gonna give it like a 4 or something. Honestly, I think it's a below average horror movie. I don't think it holds up well at all. I'll give it 1 extra point. It gets a 5 out of 10 because it's an iconic piece of history. And I can't ignore that, I guess.
I'm trying to think of what it might have even pioneered. 'Cause
it's old.
I guess building suspense, but the problem is
we've gotten way better at it. But at the time, it was really good.
Okay, it's weird.
I don't know what to give it. The 5 is completely arbitrary, honestly. I do not hold to that fast and strong at all. I'd waffle anywhere between 7 and 2 easily. Maybe more in either direction. I don't know what to give this.
It's a movie. It's not for me.
The book better fits into that. Book, I think, was good. Much better than the movie.
I really enjoyed the book.
Not for me. I really struggled with the book, and I did not like it. It did not make me happy. It made me sad and uncomfortable. The whole way. Which is kind of a recurring theme with Stephen King for me.
You compliment the Joker movie a lot.
It was a masterpiece. Far better than The Last Jedi.
Man, we almost...
We were not even close to done with this. We were going to get
No,
it.
but because I resisted the urge to bring it up at the 35-minute mark. I was like, we're 35 minutes in, we haven't mentioned The Last Jedi. And here we are.
We are The Last Jedi movie. Video show.
This is all one big review for The Last Jedi.
It is. It was so bad it has permeated our channel. It will forever. I really hold to that. That is going to be one of the worst pieces of cinematic.
It is historically bad.
It really is.
At every level.
I cannot think of a worse movie before or since. That include.
Well, no, not so much poor design, but just the impact is so negative.
Horrible. There's movies that are worse.
Yeah, there are obviously worse movies.
But there is never going to be a more destructive movie to a franchise, to the viewers, the
culture
audience,
in general,
culture, to Disney's bottom line. I mean, I've seen some god-awful movies. I mean, DC Avengers, because I can never remember what they're called. Justice League is some of the most garbage cinematic viewing I've ever seen. But it was great. I loved it, and I highly recommend it.
Save one person. Then what do? You'll know.
There was so much of that in that movie. It was so bad. Wacky arm flailing run, man.
I forgot that.
Love-struck Wonder Woman who has no character. She fails the Bechdel test so hard. One of the worst renditions of a female superhero.
I'm super curious what they're going to do with Wonder
Woman 2?
The 1980 or whatever.
I can't do much worse.
Well, no, not that they're going to do worse, but how they're going to reconcile the fact that she's still obsessed with dead Steve halfway between these two movies.
Well, they can't stick a love interest in. They're gonna.
I'm still really mad that they didn't do Wonder Woman, because the original plan that I heard was the bad guy was going to be Circe, played by Eva Green, and I thought, oh man, that would be so cool. But they didn't do it, so we'll see.
That's such a horrible movie.
Not Wonder Woman, Justice League, horrible movie.
Justice League was so bad. My man. Booyah. I don't know how many sentences he actually had in that movie, but it was comically low.
And Miles Dyson's still building robots to screw up people. It's just amazing. Still at it after all this time. We made it all the way through Eureka. We made it through Terminator. And here he is still building stupid robots. But yeah. God,
that movie was so bad. I recommend it to everyone.
Shining and Dr. Sleep.
So the book of Shining. I think we can get into spoilers for The Shining. In the book, there's a lot of reference to how screwed up the mother is based on her mother. She gets called out as being just like her mother and controlling and manipulative and not...
Okay, yeah, but is it hardships she's faced, or is it just stuff that she's been...
Yeah, she is estranged from her mother. They do not have a relationship. She is terrified to be like her mother, and she sees herself going down that path of being envious of her husband for having any type of good relationship with her husband, with her kid. It should be all about her, and it resulted in her parents being, I think, divorced and or her father dead.
God, I hate our friends.
I just ignore it. I don't know.
I usually end up muting. But yeah, keep going. I'm listening. I'm millennial thing. Oh, they're looking at their phone. They're not listening. I can multitask.
I can't. I think The Shining did a much better job, the book, of building that suspense. I think the core of the problem was that the bad guy in the book wasn't Jack. And I think that's where the movie, actually had its biggest downfall, that Jack was the bad guy.
Yeah, I like in the book how it's... Because he loves the kid.
Yeah. In this, he doesn't have that. There's no failure of a relationship. This is just like a bad man who devolves into insanity.
From the beginning, he's mean to the kid. He doesn't care about the kid. It's all about how the potential beating of the kid affects him. It's his fault. Or it's causing problems in his life. It's not how he's affected the kid and how he loves his son and wants to make it work and regrets his action.
And I think the movie actually really suffers for that. Jack doesn't make a compelling bad guy by himself, in my opinion. I think it'd have been much better seeing his descent into ownership by the hotel. Because by the end, the hotel controls him. He literally is... I know you disagree with me on this. He's literally dead before the climax.
Okay.
That is part of the end.
Because, again, it's been over a year since I've read it. But what I remember it being is Jack, for a while, is still alive in there and recognizes Danny and saves Danny from the hotel by not allowing them to use his face anymore. Because
that's definitely not how I remember it.
And you literally finished it this week, so I'll believe you. But so the fan fiction I wrote in my head is obviously better than both of these.
Honestly, I like your fan fiction.
I'm the best writer.
The
better writer than
father
Stephen
smashes
King.
his own face to disfigure it to prevent the hotel from using his likeness to manipulate his son.
Because that's what I thought.
I like that. I like that. Because in the book, he's literally dead. And there is you can't control me with this. You're not him. My dad's dead. It's well, fine then. Gloves are off. Let's get into spoilers though, because now we're getting really close. Spoilers. Because they pay homage to that in this movie.
Big
clearly,
homage.
they straight up quote the book.
Yep, it would have been a little cooler because picturing the scene in the book, I was picturing different faces flashing over his, and then it was just Ewan McGregor's face. Even if he looked crazy, it would have been interesting to see other CGI flashes of other faces possessed from the hotel. Would have been nice, but
because in the book, that part where he smashes his face, okay, face is off, and he's like, I remembered now. I know what you don't know. And what's that? You haven't checked the boiler.
Yep.
And it's, oh shit. And now it's the decision, because the kid knows that it's like, you don't have time. You've already lost. And he doesn't know that yet. And he has to quick decide, do I go after the kid or go to try to save the hotel? And he decides to ignore the kid to try and save the hotel. And I wish they'd done what they did. I like that I'm mixed on it. So in the book...
So are we talking Dr. Sleep now?
Both. Because how they handled that is different from how they handled it in the book.
Yeah, I know that.
Because when they did the book, he got down there and he's grabbing the pipe and it's literally like melting his flesh off because everything's so overheated. And he's like destroying his body to turn it off and he can't do it in time. And I kind of like it. Kind of does your fanfic. He gets that possession back and prevents the hotel from saving itself. Yeah. I don't know whether I like which way better. I think I like the fanfic version better, or the way the movie actually did it.
And again,
the ending was great.
It's been a year since the book, so do we want to move into Dr. Sleep and how it all ties together now?
Sure.
Well, let's start with Dr. Sleep by itself. The subplot that doesn't really... the girl's plot. We'll talk the girl's plot first. I really liked her plot. So it's a kid. She has magical powers, and she's...
It's the shinin.
The shinin. She's got the shinin.
And the stem.
She's
got lots of stem. STEEEM.
Stop that. So basically... rascally kid playing with their powers gets noticed by evil cult that feeds on people. So it's an interesting plot to sort of drag the old hero out of retirement to fight these people and save the day. Very well played girl. She very interesting. I loved how she trapped Rosie the Hat in her mind.
Yes, and that scene. Okay, so that scene was really horror.
Yep.
Like
the eating the hand. Yep.
And she's ripping it out, and it's just ripping flesh and down to the bone, and as she's trying to escape this invader's head that's in her head. Oh.
So the mind games are so fun.
Yeah. And some of the cinematography for that stuff too, like that like the flying through the sky.
Oh, that was
great.
Because it was
and the
cool.
way it would like invert and then fall into the person that she's looking at.
The camera work.
Camera work was great. I love the parts where like she's, hello there, and, get out, and Rosie the Hat was great.
Because I like.
I want to go like scene through scene because there was so much good in this.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Really
okay, so I'll do a little bit of comparison because I've read a little bit of the book. So at the start, the start's almost scene for scene from the book. The only difference is Helloram's not dead, so like he's out there. Basically, they call Helloram because the mom knows about his powers. Like you can't really keep that a secret after. Oh, but the movie's different. Like she doesn't know he's got powers, and it's much more explicit. Everyone knows.
It's not she might know in the movies, but it's not really addressed all that much
in the book. She knows.
Okay.
And she knows that there's ghosts. Like this is all something that she knows is real because the hotel is the bad guy in the book.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they know a person strangled him. Like they saw the girl.
Yep.
That's a thing. True. Like they know that the house is killing people. She hears Lloyd talking with Jack. She sees hotel guests. Okay, they actually interact. So, in the book of this, she sees the remnants of the woman in the bathroom. Like, there's residue on the toilet, the smell. And so she calls Halloran, and he comes and teaches her.
Keep talking.
And, but ultimately, it doesn't matter. Like, minus the basic continuity issues between the book and the movie, because Kubrick has to do his own thing. exact same intention, same end result. It's basically scene for scene.
Okay.
But when it gets to the kid in the hotel with the cocaine and the drinking, he has his one night stand and the kid comes in and he steals money from him. It's way darker in the book. Way darker, way harder to kind of get through. Like, not only is the kid like clearly hers, the kid's got bruising from clearly being abused, and he gleams that it's the brother of the girl, and the girl's way young in the book. He's like, oh god, did I just have with a jailbait? And like, it's clear she's not on birth control. How old is he in
that scene?
Same thing, late 20s. Okay. Which actually, I don't know how old he is portrayed in the movie.
And there's an 8-year time. There's a lot of time dumped in the movie.
And then the worst part, though, in the book, the kid comes in, and the kid sees the cocaine and goes, Canny, and goes for the cocaine.
Oh, jeez.
And so, like, he gets the cocaine away, and, like, his justification for stealing is he leaves the leftover cocaine with the girl so she can sell it for food, or for money, to pay for her kid.
So he does take the money.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose they don't show in the movie, but it's implied that he doesn't.
And basically that scene haunts him hard in the book. Like, that is his personal demon. He's constantly remembering it and dreaming it. It's what drives his continued drunken rampage up until...
Okay, when he turns around.
Yeah. And they very clearly make it clear that those two died in the book. Mm. Like, when they show up as ghosts in his thing, like, he knows how they died. She died because she OD'd on sleeping pills and fell asleep in the tub and drowned. And the little boy shows up with his head caved in. And, like, the book is so much more dark and graphic. And
well, I mean, it's
Stephen King.
Yeah.
It's been hard for me, though. I don't do well with kid punishment.
Yeah. So then, let's see, Danny.
I don't know, how much do you want me to spoil from the book? If you're playing
well,
that's about as far as I've gotten, though, so I can't spoil much more.
So let's move forward with the movie. Danny.
I prefer the way the movie did it. Although they don't show as much of his descent into drunkenness and why. I'd say that's one place it kind of lacks.
He seems to already be there. Yeah, he seems to be already there at the point of the movie. And so, which is fine by me as someone who hasn't read the book. So there you go.
Having seen the build-up and kind of the explanation of like his descent in and out, it feels much more robust in the book.
Okay.
Like, he basically establishes that, like, it's his only way to be close to his father. Oh, wait, no, they talk about that in the movie.
They do talk about that in the movie.
That part was great. Oh, my God. That was hard.
There's a lot of great in the movie.
That part was emotional for me. Like, that's a hell of a heart-to-heart. Like, it made me want to stop drinking. Like, literally, this movie made me want to stop drinking. I'm getting tears right now just thinking about his speech.
Oh, what got to me was the overseeing the people as they're dying.
Yeah, that part was emotional too for me, but not as much. I'm not as close to death from an emotional standpoint, but that family closeness bond, much more so.
Yeah, I like where they go. I like how Danny goes and asks for help. It's nice.
That's much better in the movie than in the book.
Okay, because it's nice to see someone not dragged for help.
Someone who recognizes they have a problem and wants to get better. And see, that's something else that the book, that The Shining doesn't do. That was clearly part of the book. Like, in the book for Dr. Sleep, when he goes to the AA, it's actually part of him. Like, that's him reconnecting with his dad, because, like, was my dad like this? Was he was on his way to being better. He sat here just like I did, and he wanted to be a better father, and the hotel took that from him. And that's driving him more towards every time he starts recovering, it makes him think of his dad.
Okay.
It's dark.
And because I like how he becomes Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, that was cool.
I expected Dr. Sleep to be some sort of villainous name, and it's him saving people's lives. I like
helping people's deaths.
Well, yeah, helping people's deaths. I like how Halloran shows up. That was fun.
Yeah.
You almost put me in a box.
He's like, sorry. I loved that scene. I'm looking forward to that scene in the book because I liked it so much in the movie. Suddenly, whoa.
Chill.
Don't box me, man. Slow down. I'm here to say thank you, and you need to help that little kid. Don't box me, please.
So, since we're here, way better redemption of a fallen... Well, I wasn't even a fallen hero. He was never really a hero, but way more better drag out of the depths than Last Jedi did. Like,
who got dragged out of the depths?
They clean.
Luke did. Luke? Oh my god.
Way better handling of an older character.
There is a redemption arc.
Yes.
Wasn't in Last Jedi. That's not a redemption arc. A single good action does not a redemption arc make. If you can even call that a good action.
Before I get too lost in Last Jedi, so this whole time we're switching back and forth between the
kids' view, the villains.
What are they, the true knot? Is that
the true knot?
Yes.
They say not because what is tied together can never be undone.
Yeah, they're tied together. And so we're watching them wreak havoc across the country, hunting for this girl with the steam.
So actually, before we get there, one of the things, once again comparing the book to the movie, I really like the young girl that they have join them at the start. Way better in the book. I think she's much better done. I think that's the only thing so far I've seen done in the book that's like way better. She has a backstory as to why she hates men, because she hates men, and it's not clearly established why or what's up. She's like preying on men, but in the book she's a rape victim. Like, she'd been raped by her father of all things, and it's horrible, and but there's a backstory there. There's this older woman, very jaded, and all she does now for a living is preys on men looking for prostitutes.
So it's actually preying on men. So it's not like...
But it's preying on bad men.
Okay. Well, because in the movie she's preying on pedophiles.
Men looking for pedophiles, basically. Yeah.
Men looking for pedophiles. Men who are pedophiles looking for a little one.
Yes, she's preying on pedophiles. So, like... Yeah. But it's not clear... I don't know. You know what? I take it back. She doesn't need to have been raped to be sympathetic. That's a horrible thing to say.
Well, so she's still supposed to be sympathetic in the book. Yeah,
maybe even more so. She's much more battered, and the knot comes and takes her in and makes her whole. Like, helps her. She discovers... God. She discovers consensual relationships because of the knot. And she's never had that before. It's been nothing but horror, and so... She's much more sympathetic in the book. Okay, yeah, because in the movie she's just kind of
she's very much victim and dragged along, but she's
far too like willing and happy to be part of the group.
She dives face first into the knot, and it's clear she didn't get what she wanted out of it. So I suppose the book may have done that better.
And she's much more grudgingly joining in the book. Like in the book, she's given the option like, look, you can join. Or we take your power and we abandon you and take your memory from this, and you just get to live out the rest of your life. And she's like, this really isn't much of a choice for me, is it? No.
Okay. So it's just very different from the movie. Okay.
Not very different. I just think it's very similar themes.
Okay. Themes.
I'm not trying to complain about the movie on this, honestly.
Well, I don't think I'm... Because I'm seeing a lot of related... They seem very related. They just seem different the way you're describing them.
Basically, I think they just put less focus on her.
Which is fine. She's kind of a minor character.
And it wasn't exactly a short movie, so...
No. Very...
I almost feel it would have been better to have left her out, honestly. No, because you kind of
get... She has a point in the movie.
God. Not really.
It's an hour, and it's 2.5 hours, man.
Jesus. Like I said, it's not a short movie. I didn't realize it that long.
Yeah.
That felt much shorter than 2.5 hours.
I've felt long to me.
Compare that to It, Chapter 2. This felt way shorter and better paced than It, Chapter 2.
Well, because I remember looking at my watch at one point and saying, geez, we're only an hour into this?
I literally didn't know. When I got out, I thought it was an hour and a half movie. I literally, up until you told me it was 2.5 hours, I didn't realize. Dang. Yeah, we're going to be able to close this with Saturday. We're in an hour already.
Yeah, because
we're in the intro. We haven't even started.
So, well, we've covered a lot of Danny. Moving into...
It's interesting because, the main character is almost two characters, because I forget her name. Anna?
Abra.
Abra and
Abracadabra.
Danny are, the
Uncle
two
Dan.
co-main characters. And they really are co-main characters. Dan gets more screen time, but she's just as much of a main character.
Yep. I would say she's more of a main character, honestly.
Even if she gets less screen time, she is the main character.
To compare to Last Jedi,
never. We don't do that here.
This is a great way of passing the torch. This is a good passing the torch movie. This is what Last Jedi could have been and could have done.
God. Yeah, the more I think about this is exactly what The Last Jedi tried to be. A fallen mentor.
Learn something from a young kid, and then he is saved and passes the torch.
Yeah, this is literally everything The Last Jedi tried to be. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick to this. Last Jedi. Here is a strong female heroine, main character, greatly done. A movie I seriously hold as a 9 out of 10. That hit on all of kind of the topics you tried to hit on. And they just did it 100% better. Can't think of a single thing you did better than them. Sorry, Disney. You should have hired
better writers. Anyone. Mike something, I think.
Mike Flanagan.
Hey, I just kind of threw that out there.
Mike Flanagan's got The Last Jedi beat. I hope this movie makes tons of money, because it deserves it.
Yep. It'll be exciting to see, because we got it ahead of time.
Yeah, you'll get to see this movie ahead of time. I wonder if there's problems with giving spoilers before it's released.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't care either. What are they going to do, demonetize us? Take our money. See if we care.
We'd have to be seen to get in trouble.
We're probably going to
send us money.
Yes, cash cows. Give us money.
Patreon, coffee.
We're going to do that. We're going to do the Patreon, where you get less the rewards the more money you give us.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Spend $500 to do a review for us, so we don't have to.
I love it.
You can spend. You can spend $1,000
to prevent us from creating content.
Yeah. If you spend $1,000, we won't put out a video this week.
We'll do a whole month with no videos for
$5,000. You get to edit our next video. Do whatever you want with it.
$10,000. We cancel the channel.
We quit. Yeah, we're done.
We'll just turn it off. We'll start a new one. The words of whatever you want it to be.
Words of your name.
You get to pick our new channel name. Words of your name here. I like it.
It's a shame no one else but us is going to see this.
I love the freaking... I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the picture, and I loved the maze. The snow maze, and...
it made me like the maze because I hated the maze in the first one, especially compared to the book, with the evil hedges. Ooh, those were creepy.
The hedge animals.
Yep.
I was waiting for them to show up at the end of the movie, like writhing in pain and flame.
It would have been interesting to see the maze go up in flames too, and just writhe and scream and
something. Yeah,
I understand why they didn't do it, but yeah. Where were we?
The intro. We've introduced the villains.
Well, we've done a lot of Danny. We've done most of Danny before.
I loved seeing his growth and character arc in the city, though. It was so good. It was just so wholesome.
Yeah, he finds purpose, which is nice. He finds a way to use his power and not let it be a burden that it has to hide.
Hey, Marvel, they did a better cat than you, too.
Captain Marvel's bad.
God, that really brought me down there. Just bringing up Captain Marvel.
Focus. We're going back. We're sticking with this.
All of the interactions with the old folks passing was really emotional. It was really well done. And his interaction with his buddy too.
I like that actor. He's
good.
He was in Meg. Damn it. My hair was good and then I messed with it. Damn it.
Same here.
There we go.
It's so hard to do it in the camera. I have to look at the camera, figure out where I'm at, then look away so I can do it in the right direction.
Yeah, because he was in the Meg. He was in that. He's a fun actor.
This movie was so good. So
the girl,
the girl starts getting involved. She sees. I would say the murder in that park was a lot for me to watch.
It was very graphic.
It was very graphic.
Very emotionally upsetting. They just straight up kill a kid.
They don't just straight up kill a kid. They torture a kid to death.
Yeah, torture a kid to death, and then and she sees the whole thing and feels the whole thing, and this is where she gets noticed first, and then she tries to invade
the hat, Rosie the Hat. And Rosie the Hat is ready for her and sees her. And tries to invade her brain, which gets Rosie knocked flat on her ass.
That was fun.
That was a great scene. Her excitement and, complete disregard for the pain. Honestly, the whole interaction of those two strong, very self-confident individuals just, going at each other and knowing they're stronger than the other. And, that interaction was so well done through the whole movie.
Hey, look. Wireless mental communication between a hero and a villain that actually builds the relationship between the two.
That isn't based on effing romance. Completely unfounded with no building romance.
And then
I liked how devoid of romance this movie was, too.
Yep, it was unnecessary.
They didn't have to give frickin' Danny a love interest. I almost wanted it, but...
He made more sense alone. I mean...
Yeah. You know what? That's how you can do a loner anti-hero redemption arc. You didn't need romance, and he did it better than Last Jedi. Every freaking way. Actually, you know what? One thing I'll give Last Jedi. They could have given Luke a useless love romance, and they didn't. Could you imagine if they had brought Mara Jade into that and effed that up, too? God, the damage they could have done there.
They still might, honestly.
Fuck them. I try not to drop the F-bomb. Good for you. Demonetized.
I'm pretty sure you already did at some point during this.
I dropped some other swear words, but not the F-bomb.
But there's rumors that she's in The Mandalorian, which is...
We both just go...
I don't know why anyone has high hopes for that. Well, I do know.
It looks nice.
It's not Disney.
Be focused on Jenny.
Disney.
They're
looks
good at
nice.
Trailers.
Disney's
good at trailers and looks nice.
People,
Last Jedi trailers have not gotten me hyped.
You mean
fight this
Rise of Skywalker?
What?
Yeah,
Rise of the Skywalker. Rise of the Skywalker. I'm so not excited for this next
horseback on a Star Destroyer. Horseback on a Star Destroyer. What?
I don't remember that part. I don't know if I've seen that. Horseback.
We'll have to watch it after this.
I don't want to. I don't want any.
Keep what? It's fun having absolutely no vested interest in what happens in the movie. You can just watch everything, see all the spoilers, and be like, God, if any of this is true, it's going to be a train wreck.
Yay! Fat Lando! I'm so excited!
Oh, be nice to Billy D.
I'm sorry. He's such a great guy. I'm so glad they brought him back. I really hope they don't screw him.
I'm so mad they didn't bring him back sooner. What the hell?
It's Disney. They're terrible people. The only reason they would have brought him back was to kill him. And that
And
might
they might.
still... They very likely will. I'm almost guaranteed.
So one of the rumors is one of the new characters is Lando's daughter, who's going to be a love interest for Finn. So a third love interest potential for Finn. Admittedly, she's kind of disappeared from certain... The problem is, this movie has so many cuts out there that she might not even be in some of them.
I don't know how disdainful for that I can be to that they've treated Finn so badly that they got to throw in an extra love interest because
I love
they've
John
managed to
Boyega's
butcher
reaction.
both of them so much.
I love John Boyega's reaction to all this stuff. It's like because he's come out attacking Ray as the Mary Sue, and it was my favorite one was
yeah, I know you sent me the quote. I want to hear
the Twitter. It was on Twitter. Someone says, Finn has been one of the most poorly treated characters in the new Star Wars trilogy, but you don't hear him bitching about it on Twitter. And then he responds with, "Yeah, I mostly have those conversations on set." I'm just like,
ooh,
yes,
ooh, that was a deep and effective burn.
I am so excited to hear some of the actors' horror stories once this is all over.
I can't imagine what it had to be like on set for The Last Jedi. Luke's being paid off. There's no way he is happy with any of this. Mark Hamill is a damn good actor with a long, beautiful history of really good stuff he's done. For them to treat him, I know he can't be happy.
So, Dr. Sleep was a movie that came out pretty... Well, it hasn't come out yet.
Always devolve into The Last. So after they've kind of met up...
The blasts her out of the head. And then she goes to Danny, hoping to get his help. And Danny's like, no, stay away. Stay away from Nothing to do with this. Get out. And he kind of leaves her to it. Is this before... Yeah, this is before he meets up with Halloran again.
Yeah, because she comes and tells them that if you get me the glove, I can find them. I can track them.
Yep.
And then that's when Halloran comes and tells them, you have to help this girl. You have to do what she says. This is your calling in life.
And then we have the scene where Rosie the Hat tries to invade Abra's mind.
That's a great freaking scene.
That might be my favorite sequence in the movie.
So suspenseful, that whole bit.
Because I love how it's Rosie the Hat, she's in the sky, and she is still, while it feels like the Earth is rotating around her rather than her flying through the sky, and the invasion into the mind. My mind is a cathedral. And then she gets freaking wrecked.
Yeah, she boom, and then just in there, and then she goes into her mind, just rifling around in her brain. She's get out!
A mental battle. It was cool.
And once again, I love the characters in their battle because both of them are 100% confident. Rosie doesn't come out of that scarred and concerned and scared. She's that much more excited.
Yeah,
she just got her butt kicked. Her hand has been destroyed. And she is ready and excited. It's great.
And then so we go back
arrogance.
to... Yeah,
arrogance.
Go back to the knot, and the old guy is dying. And I like this for how he dies, and they just immediately go to town on his corpse.
They're that beholden to it. It's a drug. It's a hard drug.
Yeah, hence cultish hippies.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe they are just more hippie-ish, and I was seeing into the Native American more tribalistic, and they're just hippies, with drug-addicted hippies, with lots of money and power.
And then after that, it's they get the baseball glove.
Sorry, hold on. Before that, that part when she gets away, she flies back and she off the RV. That was great. What happened? And she's so powerful, and do we need to run? Oh no. That bitch is mine. I don't know if that's the exact quote, but it's like that.
Something like that.
You know what? These movies use bitch so well, and I don't remember if The Shining did that well. The book did. The book loves the word bitch, and they use it so.
Swearing Swearing is always less is more. Less has always been more for swearing. Like Aliens, get away from her, you bitch, is one of the most iconic lines in film history for a reason.
The way they use bitch in this movie, I can't remember if The Shining uses it well. I don't think it does. But the book and the movie, the Stephen King apparently has a really masterful use of the word bitch. And they really captured it in this.
Since we're getting into it, my favorite swear word is damn. I love that word and all of the ways it can be used, from damn to damn to
damn.
Hey.
Damn.
From damn girl to damn.
Damn girl. Damn girl to damn girl.
But enough of our favorite swear words.
This made me have a new love for bitch, honestly. Like, I've always felt it to be it's a word you can't really use. It's really actually quite offensive. It's pretty harsh.
Well, people have escalated it to the C word, which I'm not going to use.
But this movie, like, the vitriol and the hatred behind bitch, just really, it's like, you bitch, and just, and you can feel the spittle flying when they use bitch, and
it's a good word.
It is. I wouldn't have said that before this movie, though. And Stephen King has brought me to a new love of bitch. This is the world I live in, apparently.
Thanks, YouTube. It's been nice knowing you.
This review is getting me those.
I mean, I dropped an F-bomb. Why do I care?
I keep wanting to call him Nicolas Cage instead of Jack Nicholson. And getting those Jack Nicholson eyebrows. That man has eyebrows.
No, I'm just picturing Jack Nicholson. Nicolas Cage. Mandy.
Here's Jackie!
Yeah.
Hold on, I just had it up, too. Our review has the face for the background, so I just saw it. Oops, wrong. Mandy. I like that movie more the more I think about it.
Man, hey, there's my video. It showed up.
Oh, it's not the run.
No, that's not the right one. But, yeah. Why are we doing that?
Because it's so good.
Back to the movie.
It's so good. Focus. He's got so many good facial...
There it is.
That's what should have been the background. I'm going to put this picture in right now in the video so we can see it. Just... God, just look at it. Jack... No, wait. Nicolas Cage face.
The guy has the same name as you.
Like I said,
Jack.
I struggle with my name. If I didn't have to use it very much. Oh, God, it's so good.
Moving on.
Just look at that face. A close up. A director saw that and said, "Yeah, that's what we need." Right
Stop.
there.
Can we?
I'm crying. Woo!
Saturday.
It's official. It's Saturday. Right here is where it's gonna do it. Whew.
So then, so more of Danny's stuff. Danny sort of reveals his power to the head of AA, who gets him a job working at the hospital because he's inspired and thinks he can help people. And then, so he works at the hospital. He runs into Halloran, and Halloran tells him he needs to help the girl before he disappears forever. Before Halloran disappears forever, which Star Wars parallels. Remember, Heir to the Empire, the first Zahn books with the last contact with Obi-Wan before he goes.
I need to redo the Heir to the Empire.
Do the whole Zahn trilogy.
Absolutely, that's very high on my list right now. when I run out of time to use my credits at Audible and I have to close out my account before I resubscribe for a year, I'm probably just gonna binge all of the Zahn books.
But fine. So the reason the Zahn books are so good is because the ending was planned from the beginning. So I've mentioned this before. Know where you're going when you start.
I will hold that against the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Mystery box.
You know what?
Mystery.
So you keep bringing up your favorite scene in this movie. Mine is absolutely the boxes in the maze. That image every time. I love that.
Cool.
The symbology there, the coloring, the camera view, and everything about that whole. I love it. I may make it like my desktop background. Honestly,
it's a cool shot.
I love it.
And then,
it's so like it sends shivers up my spine. It's like this imposing, scary, spooky, all in one, and it calls back to the Shining, which is some. So in the book, those boxes go on a shelf in his mind.
Okay.
It's a little locked box on a shelf.
So not as fun as
not
in the maze.
Nearly as good. Like that. Like seeing that imagery and then going to the book, it's like, oh. Oh, okay. That's the thing. The movie's like, ooh.
Man. So, all right. So, he goes to his friend who saved him and he says, Look, I got this crazy-ass story.
Oh, yes.
I need you to trust me. And they drive halfway across the country to Iowa. And the friend's like, I don't know if I want you to be right or if I want you to be wrong.
There's also the part where she enters his mind while they're driving to show that she can, and he's like,
and sorry I woke you up.
He's like, huh?
Yeah, the conversations in the cars are fun.
I think I've decided what the weakest part of this movie is.
We'll get there, I'm guessing.
Yes, it comes up really soon.
Okay. And so they get the glove, and then they go back to meet the family. To meet Abra.
He tells her that she needs to tell her parents what's up because they're coming for her. She found this out because she spotted them via, I think, wifey, because she got in that conflict with her.
No.
I can't remember how
the
they
fat
knew.
guy. The fat guy.
No, because they do that after they get back. They track him by the glove after they get back.
Okay.
They tell her that she needs to tell her dad before that. I can't remember why they know that they're coming, but they do. They know they're coming. I can't remember why.
No. She explains that she doesn't show him.
Yeah, but before that, they tell her that she needs to tell her dad because they need to go into hiding. They know they're coming for him. I think it may just be they know that they're coming.
Well,
for
yeah.
him.
I mean, yeah, it's obvious
because they have to because they want her shin. They want her shin.
Shinin.
They want her stem.
And then, so they reveal to the dad. Honestly, I wish they might have done more with their parents or with the dad.
I was going to say that's the second biggest thing I think I have a complaint for is a couple of useless deaths that really weren't impactful and just kind of for.
These characters need to be out of the way for the plot to
I
continue.
kind of like the dad, and I'm okay with his death. I take it back. I liked the dad a lot.
I would have liked the... I liked the dad. I would have preferred
his
death be on screen or something. A little more impactful.
As opposed to just there as they go off. They were really light on the violence in this. I wonder why that was. Because they're not getting a PG-13 with full frontal nudity.
No, I mean, they didn't. I don't know.
They had full frontal nudity.
Honestly, maybe they cut it down for time.
That's very possible.
They had to might get a director's cut someday. I'd go for another half hour of this movie.
Yeah. Like I said, this does not feel like a 2.5 hour movie. I wish you'd brought that up in the intro because I literally did not know this was a 2.5 hour movie. Oh yeah,
it's a long movie.
I thought this was a normal duration movie. I was like, maybe hour and a half. Maybe 2. Solid 2.5.
And so they set up a plan. I love the plan. I love the good plans back and forth on both sides.
Yeah. They set a trap. They assume that there might be something fishy and go to the house anyways to kind of cover their bases. Like the levels of trap and the playing against each other was really good.
It was all
It all felt very believable and intelligent. Problem? Absolutely bananas consistency on power levels.
Yes, I'll give you that.
This is the shiniest shine guy that has ever shown before. It's kind of how they've portrayed it. And he gets put to sleep by random lady who's not very shiny, because that was kind of the deal. She's not very shiny, but she's a pusher. Oh, you mean
beating down Danny?
Yeah, she just pushes Danny into sleep.
She tries. He doesn't get all the way there.
He gets woken up by her.
No, he's just subdued. He's not asleep.
No, he's asleep because he gets woken up by Abra.
I'm thinking,
you're thinking
Danny
later.
And the blonde girl.
Yeah, a more reasonable power level. She gets pushed down by little pusher girl, who is established in the movie as not being very shiny, but very good pusher.
Okay.
A pusher, and they needed a pusher. Pushers are good. So it's kind of like I said, kind of bananas power level consistency.
I know, because the way they get Abra is they sneak up and drug her. So she's focused on miles away, the fight going on.
Once again, not Abra. The fact that she's able to overpower Danny. Danny is a beast of a power.
Well, she still doesn't sleep him. She just gets him on his knees.
No, she sleeps him. He's out. Because Abra has to wake him. That's specifically something Abra does, and he wakes up to her about to shoot him.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. Yeah, she's fighting back.
He is fully overpowered by her.
Okay, yeah, because he's supposed to... Yeah, okay.
That's a really inconsistent power level thing.
You'll have to let me know how the book handles that.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Because the book kind of goes the same way, that she's not shiny. She's just a pusher, which is kind of nice. They're basically like, look, if you don't want to be a part of us, we're not going to kill you because you're really not worth killing. You've not got much, and you've lived a hard life. You'll taste like shit.
Interesting. And then the blonde lady convinces best friend to kill himself, which
it felt unnecessary, completely unneeded for the plot, unnecessary.
It was to get him out of the movie. The same reason
exactly.
The dad was dead. It's to get them out of the movie.
No, the dad death had a role. Like, that made sense.
Okay, but they could have actually used it or done something.
Exactly.
With it.
And it wasn't touched on. It didn't really, wasn't impactful. Like I said, not great character deaths. That'd be the second biggest complaint. The first being the wildly bonkers power level consistency. Just all over the place.
And then I love the scenes in the car where it's
that was
Danny
great.
talking through Abra to the guy.
That is a great return to power for the main character that the Last Jedi did not do.
Yeah, the attitude, because the attitude was believable. I'm like, does this feel just like the girl doing this, or no? It felt like him through the girl.
Yeah,
it was very good acting.
It was really good. Yeah, I didn't even think of how well she acted that because it was so compelling. I didn't even think of it.
I wonder if they did, because for Harry Potter, when Bellatrix goes into the vault, they had Hermione do it first, and then they had Bellatrix actress
basically
copy her,
imitate her.
So I wonder if they did that for this one. That would have been cool.
They did it great. It was really well done. I love all of the fighting deaths were great, except for him dying by kill yourself.
Yeah,
100% of the rest was great. The gunfight with these eternal vampire things was great. Watching them.
Yeah, their deaths were... It was interesting to watch them die, and they're not quite human. You don't know what they are.
One of the things that the book establishes, that's actually something that can happen when they first spawn.
Oh, they can actually explode.
Cycle,
okay.
yeah. Cycle out.
Cycling, okay.
That's what almost happens to her when she first joins them, because she's not very strong. She just barely, powers through it.
Okay.
Got more character interesting stuff from the book. Just interesting.
Then... I like how What's-Her-Face is getting... Rosie the Hat is getting more and more mad as this goes on.
Yeah, as they kill more and more of her family until she's literally the last one dead. When they killed the crow, that was great. I loved how they killed him. Just, killed by his own arrogance. It's great. That was one of the most satisfying kills in the whole movie.
That was fun. And it was...
Because it was such a stupid mistake to make.
And it was nice to watch him go out, like, to cycle out, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is she happy?
No.
I don't think so.
Or no, it's not her, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm just seeing, I got 10 messages and 3
yeah,
Discord, 9
it's what
Facebook.
I muted.
No, text messages. I'm not even sure who they're from.
Discord.
I don't think it's us. I think it's our group's.
Okay.
Our group's Discord. But so, they get to her. No, they don't get to her. They run from her.
Yeah, she shows up as a misform, and Abra's like, "Nope, you're not here." And so, Danny hops in the van, and they go for the hotel.
Which I think is a great way for the climax.
I loved it. Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, the way they played the music, the island, they drove up there.
Recreating all the shots, the music,
So, I don't know if you noticed the shot. Sayla pointed it out to me. When they're at the very start, when he's interviewing for the hospice job.
Same room.
The same room as the one his
dad.
Emily.
Maria and I noticed. She's like, salmon room.
Salmon room. I didn't notice. I completely missed it. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, because she was going salmon room, and I was like, close doors, close doors.
They still didn't close the doors.
No, they did not close any doors.
He goes in, leaves the door open while he's setting up the place. She comes in, also leaves the door open. I'll bet you they left the car doors open when they went inside.
No, the car doors were closed. I did look for those. They were
okay.
But still, 0 to 10 for closed doors in the hotel again. Even 237, man.
It's 137 in the book for some reason. I don't know why they made
it's 217. And the reason they
changed it?
The reason they changed it is because the people who own the actual hotel they used for the wide shot said, we don't want you cursing our room, so nobody ever wants to rent it ever again.
Oh,
so
fair enough.
Yeah, they changed it out. And then let's see. So then it goes through some of the Danny's old stuff, and actually,
so great.
Yeah,
going through the hotel and
the lights come on. But my actual favorite scene in the movie is the bar scene with his dad.
That was great. I felt so bad. Like, oh, that's a great Jack Nicholson, but man, that's not a Jack Nicholson.
It wasn't even kind of his voice. I think it was Ewan McGregor's voice, and I think that was kind of the point.
Oh, I wonder what he looks like right now. Is he dead?
He's been retired for nearly 10 years though. Yeah, see, he's old.
Okay, yeah, I can see why they didn't use him. I would have been happy to see Jack Nicholson in that role. I'm betting he didn't want to. Man, that man.
He's old, retired, and I don't know if he could have done it. He hasn't done a movie in 10 years.
He's old too. He's old. What would he say? What would we say? He was 40 something when he did the Joker.
Yeah, something like that. Jeez. He is
1937. I'm not good at math.
82 years old. 82 years old.
Okay, yeah, I can't blame you, Jack. I'm okay that you didn't.
I don't know. You haven't seen Mary Poppins Returns yet, have you? 102 years old Dick Van Dyke tap dancing on top of a desk.
Wow.
Dang. The movie was kind of weird, but Dick Van Dyke, 102 years old, dancing was just. I
actually got to see that sort of thing in person. My great grandma, before she passed, in one of our family reunions, she's sitting on the couch. She's got a walker. She can barely walk. My dad breaks out this little. It's called a Jew's harp. It's a little metal harp with a twang, 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 twang. He starts twanging away at it, and he played some song she knew from when she was younger. And she stood up and just let go of her walker and just started dancing, like right there in the living room. And it's like, whoa! Like, it scared everyone, but she's having a blast. It was super cool to see. Well into her, 90s at that point. It was
fun stuff.
It was cool to see.
So, the scene with the dad at the bar is...
Seeing him walk into his room But yeah, the bar scene was great.
Because throwing the glass away, becoming the man his dad should have been, or tried to be.
Mm-hmm. learning from his father's mistakes and really, like, it was an homage to his father who's passed away, and it was great. It was emotional.
And then the big fight begins.
Once again, inconsistent power levels. I'm not sure if they're more powerful or less powerful. They've been established as more powerful,
no,
but they're not more powerful.
She takes steam steroids, so she goes...
Okay, so maybe she's hyped up on, like,
Yep.
eons of super powerful steam.
Yep, so it's... And
Fair enough,
Danny very much asks Abra not to fight. So it's basically Danny versus the Hat.
I'm sorry, I love the way that, like, he wields the axe just like his mom does.
Oh, and walking backwards up the stairs. It was so much an homage to the movie. And
it was great.
As much as I don't like that movie, it was really good to see that done. And the mind games. I loved the running through the maze in the mine, cutting the leg, and trying to shove her in the box. And it's all just a pretext. Because she's winning. It was such a cool final fight.
It really was. I love you've got more. You're so powerful. Like, what are these? I want these. The arrogance, again, gets her.
Yep.
And you know what? They're starving. They're yours.
And because it's CGI recreations of all the actors from the first movie. And that was so cool to just watch them eat her alive.
There's a little, like, graphic there.
Yep. They go a little nuts.
How do you feel about them eating him right after? I felt like giving them tribute. He's captured them before. I mean, yeah, they're hyped up on the power she had, but
they don't care. They have no will. It's all about consume. That's kind of what it was in the book too. It's consume.
I feel like
consume and survive.
I feel like the hotel had more prescience, more intelligence than that. Like, it was always baiting Jack into thinking that Jack was what they wanted, and not that he really didn't care about Jack. They wanted Danny for his steam. And
well, yeah, and then now they have their hands on Danny in all of his steam.
I feel like there should have been negotiation there, like, not just immediately turn on him, but like turn, like, and him try to negotiate. Like, I brought you this tribute. Can't you be satisfied with that? Can we leave this as is? There should have been. I feel like there should have been some negotiating there.
Okay.
I feel like I'm okay with the way it went, but I feel like they could have done more there.
Possibly.
And maybe they did in the extended cut.
You'll let me know.
Because they just immediately turned on him.
Extended cut. Let me know what they do in the book.
I have no idea how they go with this from the book. 'Cause in the book, the house is destroyed at the end of The Shining. There is no hotel in the book Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, because
I suspect the hotel may not come into play at all.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out.
And so then Danny goes after Abra while he's possessed and basically plays out like the end of the book. End of the Shining book.
I'm listening.
So it plays out basically like the end of the Shining book, where he's chasing her down with the axe. Do they actually go out in the maze? Because they end up
no maze involvement in them.
So they end up.
Remember, you got the hedge monsters. That's dangerous territory out there.
I meant in the movie. Do they end up in the maze with him chasing her, or do they? Because I know they end up in the room. No,
they don't go in the maze.
They end up in room 237.
Yeah, she
because there's the woman in the background slowly approaching.
Yeah, they just go through a couple hallways and end up there. They don't go through the maze, which I'm fine with. I think the maze chase scene in the first one was kind of weak.
Yes.
It was actually really weak. That was a Stephen King ending.
Be nice.
No. I'm sorry, frickin' Jack Nicholson's frozen face is a terrible conclusion to a movie. I think The Simpsons did a great job of parodying.
Urge to kill falling.
Urge to kill rising.
And then Danny goes to try, or the hotel goes to try and turn off the boiler, and Danny is able to fight back.
So there's part you skipped there. So they get to the hotel room, and he doesn't.
Unable to axe her. Yes.
Not unable to. Danny stops it.
Danny's able to save her from the hotel.
You see, so this is where I'm struggling. So They have two different parts where Danny takes control to, like, make a final save. And I feel like they could have gotten away with one or the other, and I felt that the two was over the top. I think at that part, he started the boiler. It should have just been a drop the axe and run. Like, the hotel doesn't care about killing her as much as it does about survival. I felt that scene didn't make sense.
Okay.
It's a really minor gripe, but I feel like I would have preferred it if it did what the book did and just immediately ran. The self-preservation was more important than this vengeance against this girl or getting her as food.
Okay.
The idea of death was far more frightening than...
I don't know if I could argue with that. So then Danny gets to the boiler room, and he, again, resists the hotel. And then they have the really cool shot where it's... He goes down on his knees, it pans, and his mom comes in, and it pans back to him as the kid, and they hug it out, and then the hotel goes up in flames. And
great end. That's why I can't really complain about that one. I like that. That's why I would have taken away the axe at her and saving there. I don't feel like that last connection was needed, especially because they have a final connection afterwards anyways.
Mm. And then it's ambiguous at that point is if Danny has died. Because... No, they want it to be ambiguous because they say because then it cuts to her in the room with Danny and I knew you survived, and they want you. I mean, we all know she's dead, but they want you to think that he's not dead.
He's definitely dead.
So they're communing in the room, and the mom comes in and she lies. No, I wasn't talking to anyone. And Danny gives her a nod. No, Danny's gone at that point. And then she decides that, okay, I'm going to tell Mom the truth, and everyone's fine. And we didn't cover this in the beginning. The locking the bathroom lady in the box. How she goes and does it again.
Yeah, she does
in her own box. So
I like that.
Yep, and that's how the movie ends. Is she goes to take care to put one of the ghosts in the box. She closes the door, and then credits roll.
Oh, great finish. Strong finish.
It was really good.
It was really good. This might get best movie for me.
I'm gonna have to see both this and Maleficent again. It's been a long time since I've had. Too. Yeah, well,
what
definitely.
else was on there?
How to Train Your Dragon 3 was good. I've rewatched that. That's still good.
Excuse me.
And I always go back to the number one killer of that franchise was killing Hiccup's dad.
He needed a foil. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon 3 doesn't pull it off. I think if it had had his dad, I think it could have maybe, but I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 necessary to compete with this.
No, I wouldn't say it would compete with this, but I'll say it's top 5 material.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's still
a weak top 5, but yeah, it's definitely top 5.
It's still an excellent way to tie out a trilogy. Like, that's what I'll still...
Yeah, definitely.
But, man, this was good.
Man, just a lesson to you, Disney, of how to do everything better in The Last Jedi than you did. Literally did everything better.
It's kind of amazing.
It's amazing just how much worse at this you were than this. It's amazing. It's honestly impressive. We really went long.
Hey, this is a win on my count.
So my recommendation at the conclusion of this hour and 40-minute review is you watch...
Hang on. Let me say it. Have any words of wisdom?
No, we're not there yet. So what you should do is you should read the book. I think it's the best place to start. For The Shining, read The Shining. Watch The Shining. With alcohol, with friends. That's the best way to experience The Shining, in my opinion.
I slept through the first 45 minutes.
He did.
I'd already seen it before, but this time... Honestly... Had you told me we were watching The Shining before I showed up, I probably would have come. I would have gone home and gone to bed.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
No, I mean, I'm happy it worked out that way because, I mean, I still got enough sleep that night and I still had fun.
So, read The Shining. Watch The Shining with alcohol. Watch it with alcohol. Watch Dr. Sheep. Sleep. Bob name cycling.
Yeah. And go see it in the theaters with the controlled atmosphere.
Could. Really, this is worth seeing in theaters. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna see one movie in theaters, this is the one to do.
I'm a big proponent of watching movies in theaters with the controlled atmosphere. No distractions. You're there to see a movie.
It's great. Don't drink it. Don't bring a drink. Don't drink beforehand. Pee beforehand. It's a 2.5 hour movie.
Yes,
don't be like me.
Man, you ran fast.
I also didn't pee much. I didn't have any popcorn. No salt. Or at least less salt. No, I don't think I had any salt because I didn't eat anything.
Well, we'll wait till the order decision until you finish the Dr. Sleep book. How about that?
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm making the call right now.
Okay.
Screw my future self. He doesn't know what I'm thinking right now.
I mean...
Screw you! You're watching this right now.
He actually does technically know what you're thinking.
No, he doesn't. Have you met my memory?
Yes.
I will have no idea what I was
literally
thinking.
have.
Well, how would I know that? No.
Goddamn twins. The blue dresses. Twins wearing blue dresses are an abject crime against humanity.
Can I? Now that you brought that up, the blood pouring out and her just,
Oh, that was fun.
her reaction to the blood pouring out of the elevator, just, interesting.
Actually, that reminds me of The Shining. He usually gets off on floor 2.
I wonder if that's what they made them thinking. As they're all just standing there, as blood pours over their feet. Once again, her fascination, like when she dives into his brain and wants to open the chest, was great. I loved that. Every time the scene when it went to the...
I love ego villains. They're fun. Jafar is the same kind of ego villain.
So is Maleficent.
Yep.
Maleficent is such an ego villain. She's literally like, you wronged me at this wedding. I'm cursing your kid.
And not just and not just bam curse. It's 16 years from now, a really minor event is going to occur that puts your entire kingdom out of action.
No,
forever.
it just puts her to sleep.
No, it puts the entire kingdom.
The fairies do that.
Oh, right.
This guy.
What the hell with those fairies anyway?
You know, they're weird. They're not very bright. They kept that faithful to them. Oh no, she fell asleep. Quick, we must put everyone to sleep. Wait, what? What? Isn't it a bit of an over... No, we're doing it. Okay, you're the boss. just don't die in an organ, please.
Don't die in an organ. Oh. My God. What? Spoilers for our Maleficent 2 review because this is technically...
I'm sorry if I spoiled a movie at 1 hour and 47 minutes to an unrelated review.
Well, no, it's spoiling our review to Maleficent because this is coming out before the...
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm apologizing.
Sorry about our other review.
I should have thrown my spoilers up. I'm sorry. This is
God damn, it's late.
Minutes. Yeah,
I need to go to bed.
You're going to roll on this.
Any words?
You know, if we keep this going, we could put a Sunday. You know, it's going to probably go up on Sunday, so we might actually be able to do that.
Dan would be very disappointed if we missed tomorrow, and we still might.
No, I
don't know. Tomorrow's looking weird.
I'm trying to offer to give you a ride, but I don't know.
I could use a ride.
You should, yeah, we don't need to discuss this online. You should come over tomorrow, and we're going to go to my grandfather's rental property and work on a gutter.
Because I have to go to my parents and help them with something. Anyways, do you have any words of wisdom for the audience?
No.